Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm with you again this morning. Dad is on the mend and feeling a little bit better, but just not quite up to snuff to do this. So I'm with you again this morning. So we're recapping the message from Sunday that was entitled, Your Reasonable Service. And our scripture verse was Romans 12, verse 1. It says, So I beg you, brothers and sisters, because of the great mercy that God has shown us, offer your lives as a living sacrifice to Him, an offering that is only for God and pleasing to Him. Considering what He has done, it is only right that you should worship Him in this way. And we're talking about the 5 main areas that we want to strive to serve with excellence. And those are, 1, in our personal lives, personal excellence. 2, vocational excellence, and excellence in our jobs. The way that you work and the way that you do your job matters to God. Not just to your employer, but to God. Relational excellence is number 3. The way you handle your marriage and your friendships and your relationships with your kids and all the relationships in your life that matter to God. Number 4 was moral excellence. What kind of character we have and how we live with integrity or don't. It matters to God, and we should strive to do that with excellence. And then the 5th thing is spiritual excellence, and that has to do with our relationship with God. We should strive to do that with excellence. And so the point that we talked about Sunday, really the only point that we got to, was that excellence must be a wholehearted endeavor. Mark 12:30 says that you are to love the Lord your God with every passion of your heart, with all of the energy of your being, with every thought that is within you, and with all of your strength. This is the great and supreme commandment, Mark 12:30 says. So when the Bible is speaking of a man's heart here or anywhere, it's speaking inclusively of his total inner person. The heart is who a man really is, what a man really desires, and what a man really does. To do something with your whole heart is to commit to that thing regardless of the circumstances and regardless of the sacrifice. You are committed. That's what it means to be committed wholeheartedly. What you have to understand is that nothing in life, in the natural world, in the spiritual world, with our relationships with God, at our job, and our marriages, and our relationships, and our personal lives, and our integrity and character, nothing will be done with excellence if our heart is not involved in it. Our heart has to be the center of what we do and how we strive for excellence. And so if you are like me, you probably wonder, well, how do I know if my heart is really in this thing? How do I know if my heart is really in serving at my job with excellence? How do I know that I'm really wholeheartedly serving my wife or my husband in our marriage with excellence? How do I know that I am living my life with my character and living an integrous life? And how do I know that I'm doing that wholeheartedly, striving for excellence? Well, if you are wondering that, you can kind of gauge yourself by a couple of things. Is your commitment, are you committed by coercion? Are you pressured or forced or intimidated or bullied into being committed to something? Men, if your wife makes you love them, it probably means your whole heart is not in it. Are you committed by convenience? Are you only committed to things when it is convenient for you to be committed? This is a lot of people's deal right there. If that is you, then your whole heart is probably not in the thing. Are you committed by compliance? Or that means submission or obedience or agreement. Are you committed because you sign the dotted line, so to speak, kind of like a mortgage or car loan? You promise to do something. You are now under the submission of that loan. So are you committed to that thing because of that? Then if that's the case, then your whole heart is probably not in it. Is your commitment based on doing things only when you feel like doing it? Are you one of those people that are committed when you feel like you're up to the snuff to do it? Or are you one of those people that when you don't really feel like it, or you're feeling a little lazy or a little tired or a little apathetic, that you're not as committed. If that's you, then your whole heart is probably not in it. Are you only committed when there's something for you to gain from it, when it benefits you? If that's the case, then your whole heart is probably not in it. And the last thing you can ask yourself is, am I committed only by or because of duty, a sense of duty? And if that's the case, then your whole heart is probably not in it as well. And I think in our spiritual lives, we do that a lot, right? We come to church just because we think that's what we have to do to get to heaven, or we think that's our religious duty to do. And a lot of times maybe our heart's not in it, and we need to check ourselves there. So if you're like me and you wonder, is my heart really in striving for excellence in these areas of my life? Ask yourself these questions. And if you can say, yeah, that's me, to any of those questions, then your whole heart's probably not in it. And then what I would do is ask God, pray sincerely, God, help me. Change my heart. I don't want to just do things by action or out of habit or out of ritual or tradition. God, I want to do things and I want to serve you with excellence in every area of my life with my whole heart. So as I work to do that, God, change my heart. Make my ways pure, like David said in the Psalms. Hey, hope you have a great day today. I'm not sure if I'll be with you tomorrow or Dad. Maybe he'll be well enough to be with you tomorrow. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Sunday at church. Have a good day.